Hello everyone, welcome back to G Money Sports. And today, as the NBA season is approaching and as the Spurs are nearing their first game of the 2020-2021 season, I want to do my biggest takeaways, some breakdowns from preseason, and see how those seemingly meaningless preseason games could actually be a good indicator to see how the Spurs play as the season begins and progresses and continues along. So my first thing, I want to keep it short and sweet. I'll talk about the lineups for the start of the season. So this is assuming that Weatherspoon should still be out and Derek White, it seems, should still be out for a couple more weeks. There hasn't been any indication that he's even been practicing. So it's safe to say that Derek White could still be like a month away from playing. But Keldon Johnson should be back pretty soon. I think max he's going to miss like 3 games. Minimum he's ready for the first game on Wednesday. But either way, the starting lineups are looking like, based off those last 2 preseason games, looking like it's going to be point guard DeJounte Murray, shooting guard Lonnie Walker IV, small forward DeMar DeRozan, power forward Rudy Gay, and center LaMarcus Aldridge. Biggest surprise for me here is Rudy Gay over Trey Lyles. Trey Lyles has been struggling quite a bit. I'll get into that later. But looking like Rudy Gay looks like a starter right now for Pop. I think they'll probably change once Derek White returns, and they could shift into a more small ball lineup, or even Keldon Johnson can jump in for that 4 spot if he's ready and if Pop trusts him enough to do it. Though I don't see why he wouldn't the way he played in the bubble. And then those are the starting 5. No, I mean that looks like it's gonna be the Spurs starting 5 for opening night. And for the bench, looking at point guards, Patty Mills, Trey Jones, Devin Vassell should be kind of a shooting guard / small forward. And Keldon Johnson could play some small forward, could play some at the 4. Trey Lyles at the 4. Lucas Samanic, I don't expect for him to get minutes, but he's still a power forward. Centers, backing up Aldridge, you got Jakob Poeltl, and as insurance, we do have Drew Eubanks, who I actually really like Drew Eubanks, so that's a good pickup. So my biggest thing for the lineup, again, I like most of it. I think DeJounte with Lonnie could provide some decent perimeter defense. DeRozan and Gay are actually decent defenders. Aldridge in the middle could be okay. He gets caught flat-footed sometimes, especially in preseason. He was not as best defensively. But in terms of this lineup with Derek White out, I don't hate it. I don't love it either. I would prefer to see Keldon in there too to continue to improve that defensive lineup. But we still need some defense on the bench. And so I'm expecting Vassell to get a lot of minutes. So let's start with him. So Devin Vassell in preseason, he looked like a prime contributor for the season, early on especially, and can potentially join that young core in terms of DeJounte and Jakob and Derek and Lonnie. He could join that young budding core of the Spurs' future. And shout out Derek White getting re-signed, getting that extension for 4 years, going to stay in San Antonio, great move. But Devin Vassell looks primed to join that young core. His averages in preseason, it's only preseason, I want everyone to remember that. But in preseason, he averaged 13.7 points per game, which was 3rd, leading all rookies in preseason in points. He put up 5.3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and shooting-wise, he shot 49.7% from the field, which is decent, could be a lot better. And he shot 50% from 3, which is great, fantastic. I don't expect that to hold up. He should drop more to 48%, give or take. And in the entire preseason, all those 3 games, playing at least 24-25 minutes a game, only 1 turnover. Only 1. He's not a playmaker, especially. He doesn't have the ball in his hand a whole lot. But only 1 turnover in 3 games. He's looking like a positive in all areas. His defense is spectacular. Him and DeJounte, especially, they look like the best defenders out there. And I thought DeJounte got beat quite a lot. Devin Vassell did not get beat. Not once in my eyes. And he looked really disruptive. He looks long, tall. I thought he was just going to be like a 3-and-D with some athleticism. He looks like he can take the ball off the dribble. He looks like he can get to the rim. He looks like he's actually a decent passer. One specific example I remember was off a offensive rebound. They kicked it out to him for a 3. He could have shot it. It was a contested 3, but he had space. Instead, immediately, no hesitation, boop, kicks that out, wide open Patty Mills. And you know Patty, swish. So I think that was just like high IQ, very Keldon Johnson-esque, his motor, his IQ. he reminds me a lot more of Derek White and Keldon more than a Lonnie and DeJounte, who are a little more out of sorts, a little crazier, a little play faster, up tempo. But Vassell, especially defensively, he looks like a stud. Offensively, he can shoot the three, get to the rim a little, dish out a few passes. He's not really a playmaker, but takes care of the ball. And obviously, a proficient three-point shooter, which is what we need. So again, another weird takeaway. Rudy Gay in the starting lineup. Trey Lyles struggling. Trey Lyles looked pretty terrible in preseason. And I don't know if he'll continue to be terrible. I don't expect it. You gotta remember he came off his appendicitis injury. His surgery, a couple months ago. Even though it's a long time, it takes time for you to gain speed. Especially with all the weird stuff. He hasn't played... Did he play? He did not play in the bubble because of appendicitis. So he has not played in a long time. Months. So I think this could be a little bump in the road. I hope it is, because Trey Lyles looked pretty good last season for us as a starter. But in the meantime, Rudy Gay can be a decent guy at the 4 for us. Even though I prefer him off the bench. Another thing I noticed, a lot more threes attempted, but not a great percentage. We didn't shoot it all that well. Especially that last game against the Rockets, we shot it terribly. We could not hit the side of a barn, basically. Especially LaMarcus Aldridge, he struggled quite a bit from 3. He took a lot and he made a couple. I think his percentage will tick up as well. He can shoot the 3, he's just not used to taking so many. He shot 10 in that first preseason game, and Pop wants him to shoot more than that. Pop even said, I thought he passed up some open 3s. But I think it's not a concern, but it's something to look out for, basically. The 3-pointers attempted compared to how many we make, and LaMarcus Aldridge shooting the 3. Another thing to remember, the return of Keldon and Derek White should help 3-point shooting quite a bit. They shot the ball extremely well in the bubble. My last point, this video has gone on a lot longer than I thought, but my last point is the defense was mostly terrible. Mostly against OKC, that first game we looked terrible. Second game against the Rockets, we did okay, not great, not bad. Third game, we got cooked by everyone on Houston. We could not stop anyone. The only good defenders look like Devin Vassell and DeJounte Murray. And even DeJounte, I was saying, he got beat a lot. But he got a lot of steals. He got a lot of nice little stops. DeJounte, he's not the best on the ball defender, but off the ball he can be very disruptive. And Vassell looked like a all-NBA, all-defensive first-team player out there, man, even in preseason. But, good to remember, defense should improve with the return of Derek White and Keldon Johnson. They are really good defenders. And I think everything we see in preseason, it could all be, some of it is rust, and some of it is injuries. Derek and Keldon are not there. They're some of our best players, some of my favorite players, especially Keldon. And Keldon should be back soon. But that's about it for the video. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell me your thoughts about the lineups, Rudy Gay starting, Devin Vassell, DeJounte, Derek White injury, their defense or offense, everything. Pop, I don't care. Bring it all here, man. I'm bored. But again, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. And as always, go Spurs, go, baby.